what's going on, guys?
Hey everyone!
So we figured, because everyone's travel plans have probably been disrupted or cancelled or moved with this whole thing that's going on at the moment, we thought we would make a travel series of tips.
Yeah.
So just tips on things like car hires, accommodations, flights, theme parks, things like that. Things that we could probably help you guys with when you're planning your trip, that we've learned from planning our trips in the past.
I think a lot of it will be based around America because we have travelled there a lot in the last 5 years, but you can obviously apply the tips to other places in the world as well. A lot of it will apply to that.
Yeah, absolutely. So there's going to be a lot of general tips, but there are also going to be some specifics. So follow along on the series, and anything that you can see that it's going to help you, great. Anything that doesn't, well, maybe just join in and watch us make idiots out of ourselves. All right, so anyway, we'll start this one with a very general kind of brief covering of what you need to know before you get into your planning of your trip. So firstly, always research. So we like to plan our trips
A year in advance this
yeah,
time.
yeah, literally. Sometimes you can't be that far out because some hotels won't actually release their availability for their rooms that far out. So you may have to wait to 9 months out, 6 months out. But the thing is, if you want to book, for example, the 10th to the 13th of March next year, if you search that now for a specific hotel in a specific place, it's going to cost you, I don't know, $500. But in 3 months, I guarantee if you search that exact same thing again, it's going to be cheaper or more expensive.
Yeah, we find about 12 weeks out is a good time to book everything, unless there's a good deal. In this trip that we're going on soon, fingers crossed, we booked everything about 5 or 6 months out because the deals were crazy for that day. So
yeah, I've been doing research from about 9 months out. Now, I don't mean you have to go onto the computer and spend 5 hours every day. I literally would jump on the travel app we use, which we'll talk about in a minute, and the dates are just saved in there. You click on it and it shows you, oh, it's this much. And you can see the same hotels and how much it's going to cost. For about 4 months, I was doing that probably every 3 weeks. It take me 5 minutes. And it's exciting. You've got your trip coming up.
We love it.
Yeah, you get to see where you're going.
I write so much out on my notebook. I get a notebook specific for America, which might seem crazy to a lot of people, but it really helps us to plan everything.
Yeah, absolutely. Because once you've got it written down, it's structured, you're ready to go. But anyway, so we were doing that, and then one morning at breakfast, we had a look, and everything was like 40% off.
Yeah, it was crazy.
So, are you going for a walk? So we thought we would just book it all then and there. So yeah, you want to be booking or looking at booking from a long time out. You might not have the money for the trip, and that's fine. But the thing is, once you have your structure of where you're going, then you can start actually seeing the prices. Now, you've got to be aware of peak times. Peak times such as school holidays, such as Christmas, things like that. Places are going to be more expensive and they're going to be a lot busier. Now, some people may want to go somewhere for Christmas, and that's fair enough, but just take that into account when you're booking. Take it into account from a while out. And again, if you're booking quite far out, you're probably going to be saving quite a bit of money on those times, because all companies know, oh, Christmas, let's put some extra money on it. We all know that's going to happen, so just be aware of that.
Definitely. It can actually definitely get really expensive if you don't choose the right time.
It can, but if you're far enough out, you can really get some big savings.
This is Storm.
This is Storm, if you don't know her, and she's going to be in the videos now, apparently. But she's not going to look at you. She's just going to put her head on the couch and look really sad.
Because we're talking about travelling, and they hate when we go travelling.
They know. They know.
When the suitcases come out.
Yep, absolutely. So holidays versus vacations. So as Brooke said, a lot of our videos are going to be around America, and they call holidays vacations. So vacations are the actual trips. Holidays to them is the holiday season. Now, the holiday season does bring something a little bit different into account. So if you go to America during, let's say, June, it's kind of normal America. The theme parks are quite normal.
It's the summertime.
Yeah,
it's hot.
Normal decorations.
Peak travel time, probably.
Yep, absolutely. Normal decorations, normal restaurants, so on and so forth. But if you go through the holiday season, so for example,
September, I think it starts.
Yeah, about September. Like for the decorations, don't quote me on this, but it's around mid-September to mid-January. So what they'll do is they do different decorations in the theme parks, in restaurants,
hotels even.
Yeah, hotels. Like, and I'm talking like Halloween decorations, Christmas decorations, things like that. Yeah. You may get seasonal drinks, seasonal desserts. Sometimes they add things into your, like a free dessert because it's whatever. Now, I'm not saying everywhere does that, but in America, for the decorations, a lot of places do it. It's great. You could do literally the same trip in April or in October, and it would be very, very different and very cool for both of them.
Our favourite time to travel in America is probably about August, September, October, November, the holiday period, because it's just so much more exciting, but it's also off-peak, so everything's a lot cheaper, including our flights over there. So it's worth going at that time. I reckon you get more for your money and more out of your travel experience when you go to America at that time.
Yeah, you do, definitely. Now, you got to be aware, as I said earlier, the school holidays, things are going to be busier, but you can book it 2 weeks later, not be in school holidays, but still be in holiday season, you know, their holiday season. So you get to experience all that cool stuff.
Oh, Americans know how to do holidays.
They really do. We absolutely love it over there. There are, you know, there's extra events on, there's extra events in theme parks.
Pumpkin spice lattes in Starbucks.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's so good.
Yeah.
Now, for the next subject, travel apps. Now, we like to use Expedia. I'm not saying it's the best. I'm not saying others aren't better. We really like it because of things like they've got good pricing, because the travel app companies have deals with the hotels. Now, if you want, you can always go directly to the hotels. If you've got a specific hotel you like, or you see a price and you think you're going to save a little bit of money by going from directly to the hotel's website, go for it. If that's how you want to do it, go for it. But what we like is Expedia do a log of your trip. So once you've booked everything, it's in order and it will show, for example, your flight in, your first accommodation, your car hire, your activities that you've booked there. You can book it all through Expedia. Now, you can jump onto, Travelog or any of the other ones.
Booking.com, all that sort of stuff.
There's so many, and you can save yourself a couple of dollars, which is fine. But for us, if it's going to cost us like $10 extra for our whole trip, to have it all in one app, one log, it's really, really useful. So we love to stick to that.
Definitely.
Now, also on Expedia, you get points. So if you book your whole trip on there, for example, we booked our last America trip on there. Once the trip's over, you've got all your points. We got a free night in Melbourne City in a hotel, right in the middle of the city. So it was great.
Definitely worth it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if you're going to be spending the money anyway, and then you get a free holiday out of it, then perfect.
And we actually also we ended up paying $11 for a hotel in Bali because we had Expedia points to cover it as well for 10 days. So that was
$1,100?
$11. Remember, it was $11 that we paid for a hotel in Bali.
Yeah, it was.
So that's the other good thing as well. You know, you get all these, I guess not always free, but awesome things that can happen with the points on Expedia.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And also, the travel apps have sales. So it's your choice if you want to turn notifications on from the app. I know they would like you to, but to be honest, it can be a little bit annoying when you're not booking a trip and you're getting weekly emails from the app saying, hey, we've got sales on. But it is very, very useful. If you're in the middle of work one day or you're on your lunch break and all of a sudden you get a notification in your email saying, we've got 40% off sale, and you find it's exactly where you want to go, well, that's just saved you hundreds and hundreds of dollars.
Definitely.
I mean, for example, I think I got one for the Vegas trip that we went, and we were looking at like $1,200 for the time we were there.
It's expensive.
Yeah, and we ended up getting it for $460 for the whole trip.
Yeah, because it was like 40% off or something.
No, it was crazy. It was like 70% off.
That's why sometimes it's worth looking a good 6 months out, because the deals sometimes are incredible because of certain sales. Whether I think we actually ended up booking it around Boxing Day or it was New Year's or something, and they just obviously released a whole amount of sales. So it depends really what time to book, but we just noticed.
And also, what time of the year? Because, you know, for example, around Boxing Day, not a lot of people are booking holidays on Boxing Day.
No,
so the places might put a quick sale out to boost up their booking figures on that day. But, like we say, you've got to do your research. The more you research, it's going to really benefit you. If you don't want to do it and you just want to go into your local travel shop and get them to do it, you're going to pay more money.
Fair enough if you want to, but we definitely wouldn't.
If that's what you want to do, that's cool, but that's why we're doing this series. So you can do it yourself and you will save heaps.
And obviously you could do the same thing with Europe or Bali or wherever you want to travel to, but we get a notebook and a map of America, and we write every single place that we are interested in traveling to, and we end up creating our trip to start with from that. And it usually changes over a couple of months after we first started. But a good year or so out, we start planning it like that because it gives us an idea of where we want to go and what kind of things we want to see. Then we can start researching from there. I mean, I've got pages and pages of research in notebooks of stuff that we were interested in, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's worth it.
I mean, this last trip that we booked for America, which, as Brooke said, hopefully we can go, but we'll see what happens. We were going to go to Boston. We started researching it, and it was really expensive. Now, there wasn't anything specific where we wanted to see in Boston. Well, there was one...
Salem, probably.
Salem, or is it Salem, or is it... Yeah. It's like the witch trials were done there, and we like that kind of stuff. It's really interesting. Anyway, it was super expensive, and we went, you know what? Let's go to Miami instead.
Yeah.
So because we were so far out and we planned everything, it was very easy for us to change those details. We did. We got a place in Miami, and we just started researching that.
Yeah.
And then booked it, and we got a crazy sale on that as well. Yeah. So that's kind of what we wanted to cover in this video. Apart from one very important bit, when you go and you've booked everything, let's say for example you follow exactly what we've said and you've booked it on Expedia, so on and so forth. You can go on Expedia, you can actually message the hotel and tell them, or you can call them. I'd call them just to make sure they get the message, and tell them, say you're on your honeymoon, tell them you're on your honeymoon.
Oh yeah.
If you're on your anniversary, tell them.
Birthday, whatever it is.
Yeah, whatever it is, tell them. Because when we went on our honeymoon, for example, in Washington, we got upgraded from a king room to a junior suite, free champagne, free chocolate covered fruit.
I think we got that in nearly every hotel, free champagne or wine or something.
If they didn't give us an upgrade, they gave us something. They gave us, champagne or whatever. It was amazing.
Oh, it just made the trip that little bit better because it was special.
Yeah, that little bit more special. Now, we're not big drinkers, but if you're going to give me free champagne, I'm going to drink it. So, you're not going to complain. And the thing is, if you've booked somewhere and they've got, crazy good rooms that they're not using,
they'll upgrade you.
They'll upgrade you, because think about it this way. They're going to have a cleaner go in and clean that room, no matter what it is, whether it's a king room or it's a suite. But they've just given this customer a huge benefit. Yeah. They're coming back. I mean, we would go back to that exact hotel in Washington if we went back, because they looked after us so well.
It was so good.
So it benefits them by a bit of extra advertising to you, and it benefits you because you get an amazing room. So definitely let them know why you're there, because it's
not going to hurt if they don't give you anything. They don't give you anything.
Worst case scenario, you're still going to get what you booked.
Exactly.
I mean, I wouldn't go and book, a double room relying on the fact that you're going to get an upgrade.
Generally, it doesn't happen that way.
Generally, if you're relying on it, it's probably not going to happen. But if you've got a king room, you're happy with the king room, or a queen room, you're happy with the queen room, and then they give you a suite, awesome. So definitely let them know. Call them, or if you don't want to do the long distance phone calls, you can just message them. Now, surprisingly, it's really good with the messaging. Every hotel I've messaged have got the message. Sometimes they don't respond, but they will get the message. So definitely do that. But for now, we're going to have to love you and leave you. Comment on the video what you want to see next. If there's a certain subject you want to see information from, let us know, we'll make a video.
We definitely have a few subjects that we're going to cover though, like categories, so
absolutely.
Keep an eye out for the videos that are coming up, definitely.
Yeah, if you want to put notifications on, do it. Please like and subscribe, support the channel a little bit, and encourage us to do some more of these. And
stay safe during this isolation as well.
Definitely, stay safe.
Hopefully we'll be travelling soon.
Yep, fingers crossed everyone can start going back out on trips and the world will go back to normal. So we will see you next time, guys. Thanks for spending some time with us. And catch you later.
See ya.